is a pen that will write a poem of me and you.
Hey, welcome to Half the Battle, and welcome my friends to Main Character May, or should I say Major Character May. Now that's the kind of humor that keeps you coming back here every week. It's amazing I have an audience, really.
But yes, this month it's all about Major Bludd, and today we'll start by looking at the action figures from the original line. So, meet Major Bludd. This figure was released in 1983 with all original body parts, and one of them is really original. Yes, of course, the first thing you're bound to notice is the right arm, which doesn't have any elbow articulation. No swivel joint, no joint whatsoever in fact. Is it armor, a bionic arm, robotic?
Who knows? But I'm sure we'll get a satisfying answer later this month as we discuss the character. Now, that was some foreshadowing, wasn't it?
I'll admit it was a bold move to make the figure more unique. And I'm sure that it being cheaper to produce was not a factor at all for Hasbro. No, sir. Shame on you for even thinking that.
Was that sarcastic enough?
Now, I say all original body parts, but it looks to me like the head sculpt was at least partially based on that of the Cobra Trooper. Or the helmet was anyway, since they look pretty much the same, just a different color. Most of the head is unique since he has a face, one that includes a glorious mustache and an eye patch. Man, combined with the arm, this guy must have been through a lot. Actually, when you look at the chest, he's got some protective plating on there, so maybe the arm really is armor and an extension of that.
Like I said, we'll figure it out later.
Overall, detailing is good on this figure, though the brown parts are a bit sparse. Speaking of that, the color scheme is nice, being mostly black and brown. I like the more subdued look here. He came with two accessories, a mini missile launcher that looks kinda weird, and a backpack with non-removable missiles. All in all, I do like this figure, but the arm thing is more distracting than a feature to me.
The next toy would come out 8 years later.
So meet Major Bludd version 2. This figure was released in 1991 with all original body parts. And that outfit is a whole lot less subtle, isn't it? He's got grenades for days. On the chest, on the arms, on the waist, on the legs. I'm surprised he doesn't have some strapped to his helmet. And if those shiny silver things didn't make him enough of a target, he's also got yellow highlights to shoot at. Also, note that his right arm has perfectly normal articulation now, so I guess it wasn't replaced by robotics on the original, just armor. The blue and silver works for me, but the yellow looks really out of place. It should have been black or something. As for detailing, grenades! Lots and lots of grenades!
Need I say more?
Okay, I make fun of the grenades, but there's actually a reason why he's covered in the things. This figure was part of the Supersonic Fighter subline, so we came with an accessory that made real sounds. In Bludd's case, it was an incredibly bulky jetpack, and the card art shows him flying, so he's got all those explosives to rain death from above on the Joes. That does mean I feel they missed an opportunity here to also have a bunch of loose grenades as accessories, but let's be honest, if the toy had come with those, I'd be complaining about how easy they'd be to lose.
No, some days there's just no pleasing me.
Overall, I don't think the figure is too bad, though it's a lot more in your face than the first.
But speaking of outrageous,
meet Major Bludd version 3. This figure was released in 1994 with some original body parts. The waist and legs are from Toxo Viper version 2, all other parts are original. And this guy, I'm just gonna call him the Mad Max version of Major Bludd. I mean, that's a lot to take in. The spikes on the helmet, the bolted on eye patch, the outfit that could be of a Star Trek villain. This toy is out there.
I do have to apologize.
The purple on this one is far darker than it's supposed to be. You can tell by looking at the back. This one's been in the sun a wee bit too long. Didn't affect the red on the waist though, making it look like he's got his underpants on over his regular trousers. Given how futuristic he looks, this figure would actually benefit from having a robotic arm, but it's just a plain one again. 1994 was the last year of the original G.I.Joe line, and Bludd certainly went out with a bang. I mean, it looks ridiculous.
But but I think I kinda love it.
Not to put together with most G.I. Joe figures on a shelf, but as a concept on its own. It's bold, and that's something you could say about all three of the original series Bloods. They all tried to be unique in their own way with mixed results, but A for originality.
We're not quite done with the original line, as there were some international variants. First up is Belgium.
And here's the Belgian variant. Yeah, the first version was never released in Belgium. It was in the UK and parts of Europe under Palatoy's Action Force brand, but I can't remember ever seeing Action Force here. If any of my Belgian viewers,
Hello, you two.
if you remember seeing Action Force in toy stores here, do let me know. The first real variants come from Fun School in India. One is basically the same as version 1, but with brown hair.
The other, though?
Jesus, that sure is bright yellow. The only thing more blinding than the figure is the frickin' prices people are asking for one. We're talking over $1,000 for a loose one and multiple thousands for carded ones. So no, I don't own one.
I like having a house and clothes.
What I do have is the last variant I'll talk about, the Chinese version that came out around 1994. It uses the head of version 2, the torso of General Flag, and the limbs of a lamprey, all in the colors resembling the original. And honestly, this may be my favorite version. It's a good homage to the original, while looking like he's dressed for cold weather. Yeah, I really like it. And those were the toys from the original line and their variants.
Next time, we'll take a look at the more modern figures. Well, I'll see you next time, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?